Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnett D. Love. And I have a guest today, y'all. However, she does not want to be on camera. And so we're going to respect everybody's privacy. So we'll have LaBarbara Owens, my friend for over 30-some years, y'all. Yeah, we were little teenagers bebopping over there at Manor High School. Her Mustangs. Now, LaBarbara, you graduated in what, in 89?
89, yes.
And I was right behind her in 1900, and we were the joint. Now, you remember when we were young, LaBarbara, and I don't know about you, but I'm going to say we. You tell me if you ever felt this way. When I was younger, I used to think that the older women was jealous of me because I was young and, had it going on because I did. And so I felt like they were jealous. Did you ever feel that way?
No, I didn't.
Nobody don't lie. I'm the only one that felt that way. So you ain't never feel like...
I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I did. Yes.
Of course you did.
Yes.
So then look though, but the thing is, when we got older and realized that now we the older women and we are far from jealous of them younger girls. Matter of fact, we really look at them like they kind of simple.
Yes.
Because they don't listen.
No, they don't.
And we realized that was probably how the older women was looking at us. Because we sit around talking about they jealous of us because we young and fly and fine. And they looking at us like we stupid and just, gonna learn the hard way because we don't want them to tell us anything. And so I feel that, y'all. So that's why I be trying to tell these young girls, older women are not jealous of you. We're not jealous of you at all. We kind of feel sorry for you because unfortunately in these days, guess what's not happening? You're not being wined and dined like we were, okay? You're doing Dutch. And we were doing, if you ain't paying for it, I ain't going. And we had the guys out there washing cars, working yards, doing odd jobs with their parents, so that they can make money to take us out. We were not required to pay for no dates or nothing else. If a guy got you to pay for a date in the 90s, baby, you was a sucker for love. Why you sucker for love, do. How many sucker for loves we have out there? Calling all sucker for loves to the dance floor.
Oh, sucker for loves to the dance floor.
We didn't have that going on, honey. And so we feel sorry for you because y'all got to sit here and listen to a man tell you that he needs you to bring something to the table, not realizing that you're there to prepare the table, that you're there to make sure the table is cleaned properly, make sure that things are put in order on the table. They worry about what you bringing to the table because they only bringing the bare minimum. We really didn't have that. When the man asking us what we bring to the table, they was trying to figure out how they can get a position to take care of us and their family. Because I wasn't the marriage type back in the day when I was younger. Back in the day, I had a whole bunch of little opportunities, and I thought, and I'm just gonna be point blank to the point of however I want to say it. I thought, LaBarbara, that I was the tick, the lick, the thing, the ace, the answer, and the prize. I thought I was all of that. So I wasn't ready to get married. Okay? And so I played around and missed my window. There's a window, let me tell you, young girls, Now, this is what make us laugh at you because y'all don't want to listen. There will be a window. And before you know it, you're going to go past that window. And all them dudes that was trying to holler aren't hollering at you. But instead, they saying miss to you. You done risk your window. When they start saying miss, them guys that look like they your type, and they start saying miss or auntie, you done missed your window. You done missed your window. So don't be like Auntie Love and miss your window, honey, because I was out there missing my window. I was to the point where, honestly, I was engaged and I was told I didn't even have to work. I could, I was going to be able to use his check, his retirement check, his first retirement check to take care of me, the house, and the baby, my baby too. He didn't want any kids. And he was going out and get another job to take care of anything extra we needed. And I'm out here playing around and miss my window. You see what I'm saying? So don't think that the older women are jealous. We're just trying to help you out because we done been through it. Because there's nothing new under the sun, honey. And we're trying to tell you how to manipulate this thing called life and relationships. And then when you don't want to listen or you out here acting all fast, you can't go too fast. Right, LaBarbara?
Exactly.
Tell them, LaBarbara, tell them about going too fast. What happens when we go too fast?
When you go too fast, you just, I don't know how to say it, but when you go too fast, it's like you miss everything what you were supposed to have had.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So these young girls, young ladies, y'all have to listen. And I don't mind being called Auntie or Miss LaBarbara. That's respect.
That's what it is.
That's respect. I receive that. But you have to listen. These young girls, they're a whole different level.
Yeah.
They're a different level. So
and then y'all want to talk to us and handle us all crazy like out your mouths and say all kinds of stuff to us like we won't, where you were. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be respectful. You want to talk to us like you know what we know. And a lot of times I can tell you don't know all of what we know. You may be a little more advanced in certain things than we are or we were at your time, but you don't know more than what we know. We done been through some stuff. And even you don't have to be educated to teach. You got uneducated grown women out here that can teach you some lessons that will save your life and enhance your life. And that's one thing you have to remember. So we want to be that person that can always be informed. You want to be open to listening to other people. But then when you get to talking smack to us, do you know that some of these old heads out here were once young heads? And some of them could really, really handle their business, if you know what I'm saying. And when I say that, I'm saying they haven't lost it either. But I can tell you, an old head that used to handle their business back in the day, they're going to handle their business quicker as an old head because they know they don't have much air. They don't have much breath to hold on to. So they're going to do it real fast if you understand what I'm saying. You got to stop jumping up into these old people's business. I think y'all heard me say this before. I was in Walmart, LaBarbara, one time, and it was this veteran. This veteran guy. Now, let me tell you about this veteran man. You can clearly see it don't want all there. You know what I'm saying? You can he walking around in this veteran jacket with all these patches all over the place and stuff like that. And you can clearly see that he was somewhere in Vietnam at the time in Walmart. You see what I'm saying? And so, yes, ma'am. And so one of these young dudes got smart with him and want to come up to him, walk up to him like he about to do something to the old head, right? So the old head snapped. And he was like, what you gonna do? Come on, what you gonna do? And the young dude didn't know what to do, because what he didn't realize is that he was getting ready to go to battle. He was going to war in Walmart. He didn't know that that man had went all the way back to the Vietnam era, and he had taken guard and defensive modes up in that Walmart. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you have to be a little bit more respectful, because that is what they require. And let me tell y'all, for my people, and when I say my people, because everybody's my people, but let me tell my African American brothers and sisters, them young ones, do not go around here calling these OGs the N-word. That right there is not tolerated. And it's disrespectful. Okay? It's disrespectful. Now, I understand y'all toss that word around freely. But these old heads are not trying to hear that. So please show some respect and keep the N-word to your group, your personal group. And another word that I encourage you and caution you about is that B word. Because these OG women, we don't take too kindly to be called that. You know, right, LaBaba?
Correct.
We don't like that. And I see some people our age calling each other that, and that's fine if that's what your clique like. But if you don't know me like that, and even if you know me, you know not to call me that. But if you don't know me, please don't call me that. That is not a word that I want to be called. Okay? It's not okay. And we have to learn that. We have to be more respectful. Okay? Because I understand that y'all didn't grow up like we grew up. But there were just certain things we weren't going to do or say, or certain ways we were not going to behave. And we were still doing some of the same stupid stuff that y'all do now. What was the Bible?
Yes,
but what we didn't do is be in a restaurant and cussing like we don't see no adults around. We didn't do that. Now, if we curse, now I was never a cursor for real. Growing up, I wasn't a cursor. I learned that in the military. Thank you, Uncle Sam. But we didn't curse around our elders, though there may be some cussing going on, but it wasn't around our elders. We dare not be in McDonald's and say a cuss word, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't do that mess. No. Certain things we didn't kiss in front of our elders. You think we showing some PDA in front of our grown folks and we children? No, ma'am. No, sir. We didn't do that. It's called respect. It's called respect. And we really didn't see them doing that in front of us. Right. We didn't see all that. No. All these kids out here at daycare doing all this stuff, and y'all think it's cute, kissing on other kids. That's because they're seeing that in front of them. And a healthy relationship between parents is fine, but there's a line that should be drawn. And to me, like my mom and daddy, I don't think I ever seen my mom and daddy kiss in front of me. You know what I'm saying? He might hug my mom when we was growing up.
Hold hands.
Yeah, hold her hand. But they did not do that in front of me. Now, my dad and my mama kissed me. And I used to kiss my daddy in the mouth until I became a certain age. You know, but I was his baby. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't uncommon. It wasn't foul. It was nothing wrong with it. Like today, every time you see something on social media, the man can't even love on his kid. Because our minds are so corrupt. It's okay with the mama do it though, but the daddy can't do it. Because our minds are corrupt, and every man is not that P word. Okay, so just want to put that out for y'all. You know, be mindful, be respectful. Know that these older women are not here to be jealous of you. We're here to encourage you and to teach you some of the things so you won't repeat some of the same mistakes that we repeated, that we did rather. You know, iron sharpens iron, and that's real. be open to corrective criticism. But a lot of us know y'all so disrespectful, we won't even say anything to you. We'll sit out there and let you walk in front of the bus because you're so disrespectful. Right, little Bob?
And don't listen.
And don't listen.
They don't listen. I ain't never seen, I mean, I'm not saying all young people are disrespectful, but I've ran into some disrespectful young people. Mm-hmm. I mean, just straight up disrespectful.
For no reason at all. Because all you have to do, even if you don't want our opinion, just smile and say thank you.
Well, listen.
That's all you got to do. Because we're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt you. You will know when there's a jealous old woman. Honey, let me give y'all the pointers of a jealous old woman, then we're going to make a shift. A jealous old woman is somebody that's always thinking about herself and how she can shine, how she can be in the front, and she don't care what it is that you're trying to do as a young woman. She gonna want to outshine you. That's a woman that you need to be a little leery of. Right, LaBarbara?
Right.
Okay, and don't get me wrong, there are a lot of older women who's like that want people to worship them, to want people to follow them around, and nobody's following somebody that's doggone selfish. Nobody gonna follow you because you think that you got it going on. Nobody gonna follow you because you keep pumping yourself up and not anybody else. Nobody gonna follow you when they see you always putting people down or always trying to throw people under the bus. Who gonna follow you? You can't be trusted. You right, LaBarbara?
Right. You cannot be trusted at all.
I can't come to you and tell you this, that, and the other because you're going to find a way to make me feel worse than I did before I came to you. Or you're going to find a way to take my business and use it against me. So listen, young folks, pray for discernment that you can identify these type of older people, older men and older women that don't give a doggone about anybody but themselves. But there are a lot of people like me and my friend LaBarbara that cares about you and understands that our lives here, we may have about good 50, 60 more years, because I told y'all I plan to live to 120. And so we on the downside, we don't have nothing but time to give y'all advice, to try to help you live and avoid the difficult situations that we have went through. Okay? You got women like that. You got men like that only want to help. Don't push everybody away trying to know everything. But that disrespect piece is where it'll get you where you're in a place where you have to go through everything because nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to try to help you. Be respectful. You can get so much with respect. Ain't that right, LaBarbara?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling you, kindness, man. Let me tell you something. There's just going to be some times now. Don't you get me wrong by any means. There are going to be some times when you just cannot be around a person. I don't care how old they are. There's just going to be some times where that person is not meant to be in your life, okay? So you don't have to bow down to anybody, but you definitely need to know when to deal with somebody with a long-handled spoon. That's what you need to know. How to deal with people with a long-handled spoon when they mean you no good, okay? So, I mean, this is not the topic that I wanted to come from, but apparently it's a topic that somebody needs to hear, okay? Go to your Naomis, okay? Go to your Naomis and your Boazes and get advice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go into the Bible and look it up. Be a Ruth. Take instruction from your Naomis. Okay? But just like anything else, when you feel that the instructions is not good or not for your good, ask questions. And if, like I say, pray for discernment. If it don't feel right, 9 times out of 10, baby, it is not right. So you just shake the dust from your feet. Keep on moving. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is, and I'm going to tell y'all, I'm who I am. I'm who I am. So don't feel any kind of way because you may not like what I'm saying. I am who I am and who I'm always going to be. So I want to talk about this. LaBarbara, you over there quiet, but you got to talk to me now.
What?
So now, if you interested in someone that you meet, and you meet them and they with somebody else, but they not married, what is the approach?
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, you just gonna go on and talk to them in front of the boo?
No, I'm gonna speak to both of them. Hello, how you all doing? I'm gonna speak to both of them.
So you gonna speak to both of them?
Yeah.
But I mean, are you going to how you going to let him know? How you gonna let him know that you interested? Are you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Or are you gonna just take this one for the team? I see you next lifetime. I mean, what you gonna do?
Well, it's all about respect.
Okay.
It's all about respect.
Okay.
So if I see a young man with his significant other or his boo or whatever, I'm gonna speak to both of them.
Okay.
But evidently they're a couple.
Okay.
Okay. And it goes back to respect.
Go back to respect.
It goes back to respect. So put yourself in a predicament.
But who you respecting?
I'm respecting both of them.
And yourself.
And myself. Right. I'm respecting both of them and myself.
Okay.
Yeah, some things you just don't do.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm all about respect. You have to be respectful.
Right.
You can't just be straight out, just blank disrespectful.
Right.
You just can't. That's just me.
Gotcha.
That's just me. And a situation happened a couple of weeks ago. The same thing, but I was respectful.
So you met somebody that you were actually digging.
No, I wasn't digging them. I used to mess with them. So I had to.
Oh.
This was back in the day. So I was like, okay, all right. So gave her a hug, gave him a hug. It was all about respect. And he introduced me to her. I was like, okay. And just.
But you used to mess with them, but y'all weren't messing them up.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That was years ago. Years ago. So
okay.
It was all good.
Well, that's understandable, but I'm talking about something where as you have you see somebody that you're interested in, like me for instance.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
This is the real show.
Let me tell you, for me, my approach for that, honestly, right now at this age, my approach, if I saw someone that I was interested in and he was my type, right? I would talk about it, like to you. I would like, girl, let me tell you, this, and that, But honestly, I would have to let that go.
Right.
Because first of all, I'm not trying to interrupt anything that another sister got going on.
Right.
I'm really not.
It goes back to respect.
And that goes back to respect.
That's it.
I'm not trying to hurt one of my sisters. Okay?
Right.
At all. No, and then I'm not talking about sisters and race. I'm talking about women in general. Right. We're all sisters. So I'm not trying to hurt one of my sisters.
Right.
Okay. So what would have to happen is he would have to pursue me. Okay. And even then, I got to make it clear to him that I'm not trying to break one of my sister's heart.
Right.
So if y'all got something over there that you tired of being in, you need to go handle that first.
Right.
And if I'm available, we can talk. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I will be his friend. I will be his friend. I'm just keeping it real. I'll be his friend. I'll give him my phone number. I'm not gonna lose contact because you guys could break up at any moment, and I'm not gonna meet her by no means because I did have an interest in him.
Right.
So I would continue to be his friend.
Okay.
And as soon as y'all break up,
no, love.
No. I'm just saying because I never met her. I respected their relationship.
Okay.
But he could call and say, "Hey, how are you? I'm doing well. Okay, I just want to check on you. Okay, I hope everything is well with you and yours. Blah blah blah. Period." You see what I'm saying? Well, no, I'm not gonna go out with him. I won't go out to lunch or breakfast or nothing. But if he wants to do something nice for me, like send me something for me to go out by myself, I'm going to accept it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to accept it.
Yeah.
Because I'm his friend, and that's what friends are for. And so if he wants to treat me, I'm going to allow him to treat me, but I will not allow him to take me out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, and this is as long as they're not married. Okay, because a lot of people be in relationships and the relationship don't go anywhere.
Right.
So I'm not going to limit myself because that's your boyfriend. Okay, but I'm going to respect you enough to where I will not date your boyfriend.
Right.
But if your boyfriend said, "Love, I want you to go and get you a nice little outfit. You deserve it." I'll be like, "Thank you so much. I'll send you a picture."
Thank you, darling.
And that's how I be. Now, back in the day, the old approach, no. The old approach was nothing like what you just heard. The old approach was like, I don't care about no girlfriend. I don't care. And I'm gonna go out with your boyfriend. And I'm gonna let him take me, have a good time. I'm going to let him take me to dinner, movie. I'm going to go out with your boyfriend. That was the old approach. Not knowing, and let me help y'all out real quick because y'all don't know. Not knowing that a lot of times they just need a change of pace. So you let him do all this stuff, change of pace, blah, blah, blah. But that girlfriend is stuck in there. She ain't going nowhere. And you the new one. He's used to her. He's comfortable there. And you're the new one. So guess who is going to get hurt before the girlfriend? You are. If you don't have your mind right, you're going to get hurt before the girlfriend because he is going to keep things going good with the girlfriend. Even if he has to dump you, if she find out, there go yo going out to the movies, whining and dining, because he going to make sure he don't mess up with this girlfriend. That's why you have to make sure that, one, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you decide that you're going to still date somebody that knowing that they have a girlfriend, you better have you something going on in the background too. Because you can't put all your eggs in one basket. And I'm just teaching y'all from an OG, an old player, okay? You can't put all your eggs in one basket because 9 times out of 10, if he go out of his way to keep you a secret from her, he cares about her. He don't care about you. Because a man that keeps a secret like that from his woman, that's who he cares about. He tells you about her. He don't care that much about you. Am I wrong, LaBarbara?
Correct.
Okay. I'm trying to teach y'all this. I need to be charging y'all for this information. Okay? So you don't put all your eggs in one basket when you know somebody got another woman. So it's best that you let them put a close to what they have over there before you allow them to start dating you. Okay? But I'm just telling about the old me. But see, y'all can't be like the old me. Because the old me honestly was bitter. I was bitter. And because I was bitter, I had no love for them. None of them. So I had no sense of feeling or how they feel. I didn't have a care about how I treated men. I didn't care about, what they thought about me, because it was all about me. I'm going to do what love wants to do, like it, love it, leave it. That's how I was. So I could play this old stupid game. But guess what happens when you play games? Remember, you get tired. You get sloppy. And you get caught. And thank God I wasn't caught by the wrong one, because God only knows if I would be here today trying to help somebody. You understand what I'm saying, LaVar? Because these is out here doing some things to you.
Oh, yeah, they doing some things, baby.
And they can do whatever they want to do, but when you do something to them, a lot of times, baby, the results is treacherous. They ain't playing about their feelings, okay? So the best thing to do is don't start anything that could become hazardous to your health. Let them finish that. Close that. Make him respect her and make him respect you. Right, LaBarbara?
Correct.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Make him respect her and make him respect you. And like I said, if they coming after you, let them know, hey, we can only be friends. I'm not saying this is a hard no, but it's a no right now. That's it. Mm-hmm. Right, LaBarbara?
If you say right, LaBarbara, one more again.
I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a no right now. Right. It doesn't have to be a no forever. And I'm going to tell you something, and then I'm going to let you go. If you do that, what I just told you, or not, I don't even want to say told, what I've just encouraged you to do, your relationship with that person will be so much better, because he will have so much respect for you. And he will know that if you did that for her, you're not going to disrespect him or yourself by messing around on him because of the level of class that you possess. Okay? We're keeping it classy from now on. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going back to chivalry. Okay? See, let me tell y'all this, and I know I'm going to let you go, but let me tell y'all this. I don't go out when nobody don't open my door. Can you say that? Can you say that? I don't go out with men who do not open my door for me to get in the car.
Not to get in the car.
To get in the car. Yeah, yeah. The car, the building, the car. You start with the car first off. Mm-hmm. The car, the building. I will stand in front of that door and block the door so that he can grab the handle to open that door for me. Don't touch that door, ladies. Don't touch the door. Act like it's supposed to be opened by him. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. Stand there and wait for him to reach around you and open the door. Let men do men things. Let them do men things. Stop wearing the pants all the time. We know we can be equal to them, but why do you want to be equal all the time? That's what let me give you a prime example. When I was in the military, women, right after I guess get ready to get out or whatever, they want to fight along with men on the battlefield, right? Now, I couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand it. Why? Why do you want to take yourself out there on that battlefield and fight like a man? Fight men like a man. Okay? And I don't have to prove that I'm that equal. Y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that there's a time in every month that I don't feel like doing nothing but scratching people's eyes out. If y'all know what I mean. I ain't gonna win no battle talking about scratching nobody's eyes out. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling so bad. I'm cramping up, but you telling me I got to get out here and fight like a man. Come on now, let's be realistic. Why would you want that kind of equality? You know what I'm saying? Until where, man, and I'm going to tell you about men. When you fight them enough to do certain things that you really probably shouldn't be doing, or your body is not built to do, you know what they're going to do? They're going to let you do it. And you know what they're going to say? You fought for it. Just what you wanted. Go do it. That's what they're going to do. Isn't it, LeBron? Mm-hmm. And they're going to leave your tail out there. Because I'll never forget when I was the platoon leader for a project, expedition that we had. We in Hawaii going up hills. I mean, hills, baby. I was in charge. We had hogs, wild boars, running past our feet. I was the only female. So when I had to use the bathroom, the platoon had already went about, I would say about 2 meters ahead of me, so to give me some privacy. I'm back there using the bathroom. Here come black wild boars going all around me because they had to leave me. Right? I'm like scared to death, really, because I don't have a machete. I don't have a weapon with bullets. I have nothing out there to protect myself with these wild boars. And if y'all don't know, wild boars will attack. Okay? That ain't the kind of equality that I wanted. I did it, but to be out there in that wetness when it's raining and all of my equipment is wet, and I look around and all the men got wet dry stuff, and they wrapped all up, and ain't nobody saying, McSwain, come over here, let me keep you warm. I wake up the next day shivering because I done been up all through the night because all of my gear is wet. I have not a dry piece in sight. What kind of equality? I don't want that kind of equality. You know, there's certain things we got to be careful what we ask for. And don't ask on my behalf. Shoot, that's why I tell people, everybody can't talk for me. I'll be the first one to tell you, no. I'm not the one asking for that. I prefer to let men do what they do. Hold my door, open my door, pull my chair out, help me put my coat on, and I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to give you a little massage. You know, you cramping at the neck, I'll massage your little cramp out. I'll cook you something to eat if need be. You know what I'm saying? Wash up the dishes, as long as you ain't going there and make no big old mess. You know, wash your little clothes. I mean, to me, there are still some things that I don't mind being separated. And every once in a while, you can help me out with the clothes, and I'll go take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? It's really no man duty, no woman duty, but you know what to do. Come on. See, because back in the days, we knew what our jobs were. Right, LeBob?
Right, love.
We knew what our jobs were. We knew who was going to clean our house and who was going to wash them dishes, and we knew who was going outside and cut their grass. Did we? We knew who was going to rake the leaves, and it wasn't me. It was not me. And I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. But if my husband can't do it, you know, if I ever get one, because I played around so much. Let me tell y'all something. You can't regret the things that you caused. You learn from it and you teach others from it. Yeah, that's right. Learn from it and teach others. Because I caused me not to have a husband. See, a lot of women want to say, oh, I couldn't find a good man. Oh, they ain't no good men out here. And how they said, they ain't no good men out here. I can't say that. I had some good, decent men. I just wasn't ready for them. And I admit that to anybody. So if the Lord shall say so, that I don't have a husband, I'm okay with that because I know that I brought this on myself. You know what I'm saying? I brought this on myself, LaBarbara.
Don't you say?
I did, though, because I had me a good old time.
Don't say that. Don't say
that.
that.
Listen, LaBarbara, I had a good time. I had enough memories, y'all, for a lifetime. Wow. I had a good time. I did. I had a really good time. And, you know, I learned from that. There's certain things that I would never do again. And I'm not hard up. I'll never be hard up. You know what I'm saying? Right. To where I'm going to disrespect one of my sisters. Any one of my sisters. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I do like to look at your past, though, sir. I like to know who you dealt with in the past. I like to know what your standards are and were. Because sometimes y'all can get a little ridiculous. Y'all come to a good woman and you start acting all hoot-de-doo and uppity. And then we look back and see that you was messing with a trash can. And so I do like to take a look back to see what your standards were before you come to me with some garbage.
Go ahead and say it right, LaBarbara.
But they never right, LaBarbara.
That's right, LaBarbara.
That's what we were taught when we were younger. Always see what he used to mess with. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because that should help you make a decision whether or not you want to deal with him. Okay? You can learn from an older woman. You can learn from an older woman. Don't let them fool you into thinking that you cannot learn from an older woman and that older women are just jealous of you. Because I promise you, there is no jealousy in most of us. We just don't want you to fail. Ain't that right, LaBarbara? We don't want you to. Right. We don't want you to fail. We want y'all to anybody want to go sell try. So go sell it, y'all. I said, anybody want to go sell them with me? Go sell it. Hey, come on, y'all. Hey. Hey, looking for a partner. I think it's time for me to go selling. You selling about? Hey, looking for a partner. Hey, come on, sell with me.